Konami Studios.
Three Jokers, issue 2. I was very lukewarm on the first one. I thought there was some good stuff in it, but overall, I didn't think it was that cool or fascinating or something that excited me. And I was really hesitant about this issue just because I kind of figured the way they would take it and the story they're going. I'm happy to say it went in different directions than what I was expecting, but some of it I still think was very mediocre. While there's a lot in this book I felt was very well done and stuff I thoroughly enjoyed. And before we get into this, I just want to point out, Jason Fabok's artwork is phenomenal. It is near perfect in my opinion. He knows how to capture all the characters. He knows how to draw every scene, make every moment matter. The angles and the style he does everything in. It's phenomenal. His artwork is probably the drawing point of this book for me. It's the one reason I'd probably keep coming back to it. And if I wasn't doing these reviews, is just to see his artwork and how fantastic he makes everything look. And Johns is doing an all right writing. There's certain things he's done that I'm not a big fan of, but we'll get into it. This book opens up with this idea that the comedian version of Joker, who is the one from Killing Joke, if I'm not mistaken, is living with his family. He's got his wife and his son still, but they don't really like him. The wife's kind of got a stutter every time she talks, and something about it just felt off to me, and we come to it later where he's just imagining it in his head when he's with the other Joker. But I'm just I'm not a big Killing Joke guy. I think there's some good stuff in that book, and this series of Three Jokers could be on the same spot as that, where people revere it later on. But to me, the Killing Joke was just okay. I understand why you'd probably go back to that idea with this version of the Joker, where you are just trying to show how cool the Killing Joke is, but it just makes him more tragic than funny, and I don't think you should really have the Joker with a history or a backstory. He should just be a force that drives the story forward. He shouldn't be this character we sympathize for or feel for in any regards. He should just be this entity that exists. So I don't know if I like that idea that he's kind of longing for his family, but it is what it is. They now realize that Jason killed one of the Jokers, and they're still trying to figure out what their next step in the plan is. Batman meets up with Commissioner Gordon outside this judge's house, and I guess this judge was mauled to death by these dogs, and this judge was somebody who worked when Arkham Asylum was being built there, and was kind of one of the reasons that Arkham became a revolving door, because he could get paid off and people could come in and out of the place, which is fine, but that is interrupted when Batgirl shows up to tell Batman that Jason killed one of the Jokers, and we get a nice moment. I like this angle of Jason. It's not my favorite with him, because I think the character's been taken in better directions before, but Batman and Batgirl kind of have this conversation where they are driving down to this next location, trying to figure out where Jason could be. And they are just talking about how Jason never really got a chance to heal like Barbara or Bruce have in previous incarnations, where Bruce kind of expected Jason just to heal himself instead of actually taking the time to be better. And I like it. You're giving sympathy to Jason in a way I wasn't expecting. And that's really cool. Jason needs that moment, so I liked seeing that. And we do figure out that these two are headed to Blackgate because the fingerprints found at the scene of the judge's death connected to Joe Chill. And this was another part of the story I thoroughly enjoyed, just because I think this was a great way to show how it all connects out. That idea of Joker killing Bruce's parents kind of always comes into play somewhere down the line for people who don't know, just because of the 89 movie. So I think this is a nice way to kind of tie that in all together. You get a great shot of Batman walking through Blackgate, and he's trying to find Joe Chill's, jail cell, and he breaks the door down trying to find him. Joe Chill's not in there, and we learn that he is being treated for stage 4 cancer, which kind of is a nice button on that idea that Bruce can't really have the the vengeance or the revenge he desperately needs, or even the closure, because it's just something natural that's killing Joe Chill. So there's always that part of him that can't really let that go. And I thought that was a really nice thing. That was I think the best part when it came to Bruce Wayne in this story. I just don't know how I feel about the rest of him in this book. It's fine. We've seen the Batman who's stoic and quiet and how he plays off the Joker there. But this was a nice moment where he's like, okay. I can't really do anything about that now. What am I supposed to do? Beat up a guy who's dying of cancer? He's got weeks left to live. There's no point to doing anything. So they don't do it. And I really thought that was a nice moment with him. It was really cool just to see that side of Batman. And then we cut back to Jason. He's beating up people to find out where the Joker's hideout is. He eventually finds it, and he's kind of shocked that he got there before Batman did. So he goes in, he sees there's this pool full of people and these chemicals, kind of like how the Joker was created. They kind of wake up, and suddenly Jason is attacked, and he is taken control of by these two other versions of the Joker. And there's a nice moment here, too, where these guys just kind of say, you never really got to grow out of the shadow of Batman. You never got to be your own man, kind of. You've always been stuck in this place of being something you're not. You were a Robin, now you're the Red Hood. You're never your own identity. And then they just kind of, like, beat the shit out of him. And it's cool, because Jason I really like Jason. He's not my favorite Robin or my favorite member of the Bat family, but I think Jason really shows you what you can do when you take a serious story with the Bat family. So I do enjoy seeing this kind of side of him where he's full of rage and hate, that he's literally like, if you're going to beat me to death and make sure I stay dead this time. He has no care. The crowbar he brought up to beat up the Joker is being used on him again, which is kind of cathartic in a way for Jason, with this version of Jason at least. So that was really interesting. They don't kill him because they have other plans for him. Maybe this time he'll become the Joker if they leave him like that, which is kind of a cool moment. They put the smile on his helmet. I liked that a lot. Barbara and Bruce come in just in time to stop him from being killed. Then we get some weird moments later on in this book that I wasn't really a fan of. Bruce is still being distant. We had the whole thing with Joe Chill and with Barbara when they were driving, and he still isn't willing to stay there for Jason. And I thought that was kind of a weird choice, because it shows that this Batman really hasn't learned from anything else in this story, and it's kind of a very weird dynamic there. Then we get, Jason's kind of waking up from his, like, being knocked out. He's walking around Barbara's apartment. He has a shower, and he just sees all the, like the physiotherapy books and, like, the bettering yourself stuff all around the house, trying to make her better. And they have a nice moment that I thought was going to go one direction. It kind of did, but they pulled back from it. And you just see these two have been broken from the Joker, and they've kind of needed their moments to heal, but they never really got it. But Barbara did get it. She's worked with her dad, she's worked with the physiotherapist, she's been allowed to heal, but Jason hasn't. And you get a nice moment where she just says, I'm sorry you never got a chance to be better. I'm sorry nobody ever helped you in this situation or said they care for you. And it's just nice. I mean, I haven't read any of the Red Hood and the Outlaw stuff, but I'm not sure if that book or any of that takes Jason in that direction. I'd imagine it would, but the way this one just comes off, it's like this is the first time since Jason's been back from the dead where anybody's shown any real sympathy for him instead of just putting up with him. And it's cool that it comes from Barbara, especially in the book about the Jokers. But then they kiss, and I know it's like a thing of passion where it's just supposed to be Barbara's trying to show Jason that somebody cares for him, but I'm just like, really? You could have done that? You could have done that angle and not have them kiss. It kind of just feels off. Like, I didn't enjoy seeing them do that, and I thought they were going to full on do more than just kiss, but just having the kiss, Barbara backs away like we shouldn't have done that. It works. I wish it didn't happen, though. But I understand for what you're saying that it's the first time somebody's ever had a connection or told Jason that he matters. I get it. It works. But something about it just, it doesn't sit right. You shouldn't have those two doing that. I don't even know what's the age between them in this story? I don't know, because Barbara's older than Dick, but Jason's younger than Dick, so I don't even know. But it is what it is. Then we get some more stuff with the Joker's kidnapping Joe Chill, which is like, okay, let's see what happens there, and it kind of just becomes this idea, hey, Joe Chill, let's reveal what you did to Thomas and Martha Wayne, because it all connects back to Batman's parents instead of actually being a story that stands on its own, which is fine. I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to play up, but at the same time, I'm just like, okay, we're doing this again. Didn't we just kind of do this in Tynan's run, where the Joker did the stuff with Zorro, and now we're doing it here, where it always comes back to like Joe Chill, and it always comes back to the Waynes. We can't just have the Jokers be crazy and trying to do something. I get it, though. It's Batman's enemy. You have to have him do some weird Batman stuff, but it is what it is. Not a bad issue. I do think the stuff that's good outweighs the stuff that's bad in this one, as compared to the last issue where it felt like all the bad really rose to the surface just because it didn't know what it wanted to be yet. I think I get where this one's trying to go, and it was definitely a Jason Todd story, which I really liked. So Batman 3 Jokers, I'm going to give a 6 out of 10. Now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.